I'm Risso from Brisbane, Australia, and I'm a professional visual artist. I am also the founder of the brand Risso Creatives. Risso Creatives' mission is to enhance well-being via promoting creativity. I share a lived experience of mental health and demonstrate the benefits of utilising a creative arts practice through recovery and just for having fun. My project that I would be requesting the grant for is an artistic memoir. I wish to publish this in the form of a coffee table book. It would be an educational resource, and I would be launching a virtual tour or a book tour, for example, around Australia. For the audience for this resource, it's an amazing resource, by the way. It's very educational and well needed in the market at the moment. There's not a lot of lived experience stories. There's a lot of journal articles and very academic work, whereas we're finding that the audience for this book is the mental health and medical allied health professionals, arts participants, and families and people with disability or diverse learning needs. So basically it's really needed for the whole community. With the mental health rates in Australia being 1 in 5 people experience mental health conditions throughout their life, this book is definitely a need for the current community. So the reasons why I'm passionate for this project and the reasons why I found that there is a need for this project is because that it blends visual arts with real life non-fiction mental health experiences. So the benefit for me personally is that I am able to articulate and express my artistic creations. It also supports people with disability and diverse needs to extend their artist practice. It's a way of creating understanding, break stigma, changing life, and connect our community more thoroughly. The reason why there's such demand for this type of project is because, as mentioned, there's a lot of academic and journal articles that are out in the public, but not as many lived experience stories. As with coronavirus, you can imagine that the increase in mental health in Australia is on a rise. So I'm owning the story and setting an example to basically lead the way in owning your story and not being afraid to own up to your mental health. With this particular demand, it is important to integrate arts with mental health because there is a lot of benefits from doing so. This project will be developed through a set of steps that include engaging with Brisbane-based businesses, including a publisher. So I will continue to write my story. It's 85% complete at this stage. I will then move on to designing and finishing designing the artworks. So I have 12 major chapter artworks that I will complete, and these I need to develop a little bit more. We'll move on then to the publishing side, where we will engage a professional editor, a copy editor, and a proofreader. Included in this project, there would be a cover designer and also marketing tools from the publisher and of course the printed book itself. There's not too much risk in regards to the book and the publishing because I'm using a reputable company. However, there is a risk with the book tour because the border restrictions. I have decided to put in place a strategy which is to mitigate the risk, and that would be to go online and present to an audience via Zoom. It would still be advertised at national galleries, museums, and throughout the state and national libraries. I have a lot of skills for this project. My skills involved having a double degree from the University of the Sunshine Coast. I am educated in the areas of communications, business and marketing and design. I will utilise these skills that I have gained from my university studies in this particular project. Because I am educated in this area, I have demonstrated proof that I have been able to conduct community projects like this. So this project is super original. The reason why it is original project and is so innovative is because it mixes creative writing with visual arts. So it's a really nice blend. It also touches on health with mental health context. So my previous work experiences involve corporate sales roles. I have been an artist for 2 years and presented a website with an online store. I've also worked collaborative with people as a creative consultant to design their ideal projects like my mindful moments. I have done some work with the Caloundra Music Festival for a research project. I have also been able to do a project called Operation Rescue, which we raised $15,000 in 12 weeks and had all the emergency services come together on the coast. So I'm very influential and passionate about creating community events. All right, so with the creative practice, I try and draw a lot of my inspiration from nature or from the themes that I've done and reflection of my life. I do sometimes go on Instagram and Pinterest and look at color palettes from around the world, like from structures and also from bed linen and homewares, which I really love as well. The way that I've set out this project, I have allocated a budget. The budget is listed in my application. It includes artist fees, publishing resources, travel and accommodation fees, and administration fees. In terms of the order and the structure of how this project will be run, it will be run from June 2021 through to June 2022. I will start off in June finishing the memoir, collating the artworks, obtaining the supporting evidence from other community members to enhance the story. So during August, I will undertake a marketing training to ensure that I set up for success with publishing my book. Also in this month, I will need to decide on a cover for the book and the design, and also the internal layout, which will involve typography, visual arts, and copy. Kind of like a magazine. During September, I will be getting the book to print. I will also then create an ebook and an audio book, and I will have mentoring by the publishing house as to how to set up for success in publishing my book. In October, I will launch and do the tour in Brisbane during Mental Health Week 2021, and following into the year between January and April, I will be able to travel around Australia presenting and speaking about my context of my book. So the unique selling point for this book is providing a soft, digestible resource that's very easy to read and process for Australian community members. So the online element is a Q&A through Zoom. This will be utilised if the borders are closed and we cannot travel to the libraries due to COVID. It will be done via a webinar and advertised through the State and National Library. So thank you for listening to my grant video. I hope that it was really informative and interesting for you. I really do hope to support the Australian community through the artistic memoir.
Under the sun.